Good morning, YouTube. Today's video is going to be on non-terrestrial steel. Why non-terrestrial steel is better than terrestrial steel. What kind of applications it can be used in, and how you make non-terrestrial steel. Okay, now, why is non-terrestrial steel better than terrestrial steel? Well, first of all, it's much stronger than terrestrial steel, or what you would know as regular steel. You know, the steel in ships and cars and stuff like that. And it's stronger, and it can withstand higher temperatures and pressures. Okay, and because of that, it's much more useful than regular or terrestrial steel. Okay, it is particularly useful in aerospace applications. Okay, now, if you were to come across a piece of non-terrestrial steel, you would not recognize it because it looks just like regular steel. The only way you would be able to determine whether or not it's terrestrial or non-terrestrial, other than the properties that it exhibits, is by looking at it at the atomic level. Okay, which gets us to how you make it. Once I explain how you make it, you'll understand more, and I'll explain exactly why it's so much better than terrestrial or regular steel. Okay, how you make non-terrestrial steel isn't so much how as where. Okay, the regular steel that we use every day, it's smelted in the presence of a gravitational field. Okay, non-terrestrial steel is smelted in the absence of a gravitational field. Okay, and here is why it's that's what's the difference, because this is how it works. When you smelt steel, okay, during the cooling process, when it goes from a liquid to a solid, the various atoms in the steel form a lattice work or a crystal. Okay, and because of convection currents inside the steel during the cooling process, the crystals, it doesn't get a chance to form one large crystal. You just have multiple thousands upon thousands upon thousands of crystals. Okay, but in steel that has been smelted in the absence of a gravitational field, there are no convection currents. Okay, so there isn't all these little crystals. The steel is just one solid crystal, and that makes it exceedingly more strong than terrestrial or regular steel. Okay, because in terrestrial steel, every place where those crystals comes together is a weak point. Okay, in non-terrestrial steel, there is no weak point. Okay. Now, examples of this steel are very, very rare, and you'd have to be involved with some, well, you know, that's beyond the scope of this video. I don't think we'll go there. But the bottom line is that we don't have the ability to manufacture non-terrestrial steel at this time, because all of our industry is located here on Earth. Okay, but that's all about to change, because in the next 10, 15 to 20 years, I'm just guessing, could be sooner, could be longer, humanity is going to start to reach out beyond planet Earth, and it's going to start harvesting resources from the inner solar system. The trends that are going to allow that to happen is the combining of robotics and artificial intelligence. So we're not going to need human beings to do the work. Okay, so that's going to really simplify things. And on top of that, we're getting better, more efficient at the rocket technology that we need to escape Earth's gravitational well. Okay, so what's going to happen in the next few decades is that we're going to actually create a mining industry in the inner solar system where we'll be mining various metals. Okay, and then of course, as long as we're up there, we might as well smelt it too. Okay, so once that happens, then we'll be able to have access to all the non-terrestrial steel that we need, and it'll be wonderful. Of course, the problem is whenever you're working with the non-terrestrial steel, okay, if you rework it, it has to be in the absence of a gravitational field, because the minute you try to work with it down here, okay, it's gone. Okay, you lose that crystalline structure, and then you just get regular steel. Anyway, so that's the difference between terrestrial and non-terrestrial steel. Okay, and once we start getting that ginned up, it'll open up a whole world of possibilities. And what I'm going to be hoping to do in this next series of videos is I'm going to talk about different types of technologies that we actually are at least in the development stage. Okay, that once they are fully developed and commercialized, we can then exploit them. Okay, to create a vessel or vessels that would be capable of transporting humanity beyond this solar system and to some of the more closer by systems. Okay, and the first talk is here about this non-terrestrial steel, because these vessels are going to need to be built out of this type of material. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I think the next video is probably going to be on the energy generation and what's going on there and how that's going to change everybody's life, and that's going to happen in the next 10 to 15 years. Anyway, enjoy your day.